Hey, I'm Becky, and welcome to Veil Walker. So today I got threatened by the demonic realm. Let me let me share with you what that looks like. Okay, so s- I'm I'm just going to be real here and say I was sitting on the toilet, and I heard circus music, like creepy, like like uh this like circus freak weird music, and immediately I took it as a threat because it wasn't coming from anywhere. Actually, I mean, like here's how it is. It was designed to threaten me. So, and the reason it threatened me is not just because it's circus music. It's because that they used that music years ago when I was running around in San Jose, and they were chasing me with drones, and they would have inserted in my consciousness like these creepy circus bands with like skulls on the outside playing music, and they were very close to me, um, and this was like around the time like they would also insert in my consciousness. uh, uh, I remember walking down the street and seeing two little kids, a boy and a girl, just like using going down a super busy street on scooters. They're like 8. Come on, like that. That's the kind of stuff it's just like, is this really happening right now? Like, what are you doing? They just wanted to see if they can evoke um, the uh, the feeling of panic, and then um, and then feed off that panic. Fear is what they love the most. So, and they were using me as their little guinea pig to do that. So, you know, so it was around that time. So that's what immediately my my thinking went to when I heard that music. And of course, as I walk out of the bathroom, like I know that this music's coming from my mom's iPad, but it closed it then it changes into something less ominous, right? So like it's like, oh, did I make a mistake and think that that was a threat? No, it was a threat. They don't want me to talk about this because it's going to screw up a lot of things for them too. And I can't wait to do it. Like, I cannot wait to be the one. And this is why I feel under attack all the time. Not I feel under attack, I am under attack all the time because I have more information on this than one person should. And it definitely is going to screw their what, I don't know, do they have lives? Do they have, I don't know what demons have. I don't know how they do their thing, but but I have a lot of information on them. Like, as they've been tormenting me over the years, they've also managed to create their worst nightmare. So, uh, and so basically, they're telling me to keep my mouth shut, and that's what I'm not going to do. So here we go. Um, and I prayed to God this morning. I keep adding to this, but I prayed to God that not only will I not keep my mouth shut, and not only do I not care to be threatened by them, but I will also I will also I would also like God's provision to disseminate this information as widely and as broadly as possible to all the right people, not the wrong people, not the ones that are going to be like, you know. I want the ones that 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 know what's going on, because quite honestly, those are the only people that are going to survive in this world. Anyway, so my teleprompter is not really doing, because I keep having to look up like that, and I don't like that. So I'm gonna look. I guess I'm gonna look down. I don't know. So they wanted me to believe I was a loser. They made they literally made X marks out of chemtrails in the sky everywhere I went. There'd be like multiple cross marks just crossing me out of existence. Um, first I just thought, oh, yeah, they're just, it's just, there's airplanes or jets up there, but it's just like, if it's constant, it's not the same thing. So this constant interference that was designed to break me, isolate me, and make me think that I was a worthless and crazy. Uh, I mean, at certain points it did. It began to work. Um, and it still might, I still might look like that to some people, but at this point, I don't care anymore. Like, I already know. Like, I've known for years, that I'm not crazy. And actually, I can see things that other people can't or are unwilling to see. It's not that people can't, it's that they're just not lined up with the frequency they need to see these things. So, but, and I'm not a loser anymore. I did drugs. I drank, mainly because, I would make some, I would, I would make a lot of effort to do the right thing, and then something horrible would happen. So, you just naturally become, you don't want to go through that anymore. So and so I've now been, like, over the last year, um, my ministering spirits, lizard and controllers, have been working with me to sanctify me, and that means, um, I've quit doing drugs, I've quit drinking, I've quit uh, uh, smoking cigarettes, I've quit vaping, I've quit eating meat, I've quit eating dairy, and I've been reading the Bible at their request. Like, because I mean, if it was up to me, I probably would still, like, if they didn't show me what I was designed to do, if then I would still be doing or what I was doing. So, it's taken a long time to get where I'm at right now. And if you're watching this and experiencing similar types of attacks or similar help like I got, you're not a loser either. You're being prepared for something the demonic realm desperately wants to stop. The turning point for me was, a woman that I probably respected uh, the most at a time when I respected pretty much nobody. This was like at the end of my drug doing, um, over a year ago. Uh, she suddenly said to me, like, I was talking about the boyfriend I had, and she goes, Becky, he's gonna kill you. And she was like, as soon as she said it, as soon as the words came out of her mouth, she knew that it came from something else, not her, because she was all, I would never say that to you because I don't even know him. And and I believed her. Like, I knew that something came into her to warn me through her, the divine, my lizard controllers. And this was the boyfriend that I was doing a lot of PCP. He, not me, but he was, and every time he'd do it, uh, he would get possessed by a demon. If he wasn't already possessed, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not sure how that works, but it was definitely creepy, weird, and scary, and I did not want any part of it. And a few times I don't get scared that easy. Like, I don't get scared about certain entities. I don't get scared of, um, but this dude, just the way that he acted was not okay. And so his behavior got worse, um, and they were coming through him to harass me. Okay, and I know that sounds weird, but there's no other way to really look at it, because it wasn't just him. Uh, it's never just they come through whoever I'm closest to. So at that point, it was him, and it was easier to do because of his PCP use. Um, and I got that feeling, like I told you about in another video, where I was like that. Uh, it's like it's like when you come in contact or in close proximity to a demon, uh, it makes you feel ashamed. Like, even though you're not doing anything shameful, like everything wrong about yourself is magnified. So I left and I came here, and and then I continued to do drugs. I stopped for a little while and then started again through someone around here, And then what happened with that was is that I would not hang out with the people because I was just tired of it. But I did like not having to think about certain things, and I like it thins the veils. The drugs I wasn't doing PCP. I was doing meth. Okay, which is not good. Um, and then I was drinking too. But my ministering spirits, like I would go to the place where I'd get the stuff, uh, and then I'd just come back here. And then one day I and I knew I should quit. You know what I mean? Like, I was getting tired of it. I didn't like being around the people. I didn't want to do it anymore. But at the same time, like I guess I felt like I guess I just wanted to numb parts of me. Like, and it took a lot of convincing by so what happened was I'd go to the place to get the drugs, right? And I remember getting out of my car, and I'd look over in the sky, and there was, like, it would be dark out, obviously, and there would be a star, not an airplane with blinking lights, not a drone with blinking lights. Those have blinking lights. Sometimes uh, they might have a solid light, but they're not supposed to, and usually they're moving. This was not like that, and it was way too low in the sky. It was like in our atmosphere, so it wasn't like a star, but it looked like a star, and it was closer to me. Like it would be like maybe, I don't know, like a couple miles up in this, like if you think you could be right underneath it if you walked like maybe a mile or two out. Like consciousness there, the demonic realm and the divine have access to all kinds of special stuff. So if they want you to see something, you're going to see it, and that's what they wanted me to see. They were telling me, no, don't get drugs. And I went and I got drugs, and I came back out of the house and went to my car, and the thing was even closer. And I was like, can you get the fuck out of here, please? Like like, what do you want from me? Because I didn't know. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know I was just chosen one. I didn't know I had a special frequency. I didn't know I had like uh, abilities that uh, that others don't or have access to. Right? I didn't know that the demonic realm like loved hanging around me just to suck my energy out. I didn't know any of that. So uh, this was before I knew all that. I just um, anyway. I I didn't listen. I kept going, and then one day I went to the same house to get more drugs after I said I would quit, right? And I went there, and so my friend my friend wasn't there. She was at work or gone or something, and her boyfriend was there, and he was there with another chick, and he came to the door, and he was all huffing and puffing. And I was just destroyed at that point. I was like, now what? You know what I mean? Like just told him, I was like, just give me some drugs and I'll be on my way, please. Like I didn't know. Pretty much at that point, I knew it was over because it didn't matter if I told her. She would be pissed, uh, and everything would come to a screeching halt. All this stuff, and then I'd have to deal with all kinds of questions and weird shit, or or I wouldn't tell her, and he'd probably tell her or something. You know what I mean? And I'd still look like an asshole. So it doesn't matter. I mean, like at that point, it was clear, and I really did think I was like, that was the divine, that was lizard controllers just stopping that right in its tracks because I mean, I think I went there one more time, and that was it. And I didn't like it. So it worked. I mean, eventually it worked. All their um, So it's been a year now. I've been sober, except for that one slip. And that was due to my lizard controllers and my ministering spirits. Like, I really don't think, you could say, yeah, it's probably, it could be demonic realm too, or you don't know who these things are. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Um, and and I don't think that they would want me to quit as bad as they did, you drinking and using drugs. um, if they were demonic or didn't have wonderful intentions for me, and they do. And I couldn't be any more uh, grateful for their help at this point. So the process of getting sober, clean and sober after Lizard got me off drugs, I started seeing things differently. Not the chaos of entities everywhere, because, like I said, the drugs did thin the veil, and they created, like, I could see stuff a lot easier than even I can now. Um, but it just lets everything through. So there's no protection when you don't have God's protection. You don't have any protection when you decide to do drugs and drink. But I did start getting, and I complained about it too. I was like, why can't I see you anymore, Lizard? Like, why can't I see you, controllers? Like, where are you? Like, why? Like, why should I stay like this? Like, because I really enjoyed being able to see them. Um, but what they taught me was to be still, and I started getting downloads of uh, who I really was, like a chosen one, anointed, chosen by God. And like, I was like, "Are you serious right now?" I was like, "No, you must be kidding me, right?" Uh, and there was like more and more biblical stuff in my like YouTube feed, um, that I didn't go searching for, uh, and more explanations about why I was different and why I've been set apart, and what's been happening, and the fact that this frequency is so powerful. I don't know how to use it, and I need to work on using it, controlling it, and if you don't, you can actually really hurt things, like in the spirit realm. And if you hurt things in the spirit realm, it's going to come down to the physical at some point. So I mean, I at one point, I was pretty sick in my drug and alcohol addiction, and I literally I tried to pull the moon out of the sky, and I almost did it. Like, it was not good. So because I was angry, those days are over, and so slowly, through downloads and dreams and Lizard's guidance, I learned, um, how to carry my Yeshua frequency. I learned uh, that my presence affects the spiritual realm, and that the targeting, like the gang stalking, the harassment, the technology glitches and bullshit, all that is the demonic realm trying to corrupt and distort my frequency. So it took longer than anybody wanted, really. Like, I told you I had one slip up, and that was because things weren't going my way. Like, I didn't get money that I was promised or something. I don't, like, and I just drank. I was like, forget it, forget all this shit. And I just remember getting so sick, from drinking. I was like, oh. And I'm pretty sure Lizard got sick too. But anyway, I don't know how. pure consciousness. Like Lizard gets sick, but I'm sure he did because uh, because part of part of becoming fully in your purpose is cleansing yourself. and and I was cleansed. Like I quit everything. Like I'm even surprised, like, to be quite honest, I'm like, the only the thing that I'm hanging on to, and this is my, like, eating. Like it's not okay. Like, and believe me, that's why I've cut out everything. I'm still it's just so, like, the demonic realm has real a lot of control over that for me. So that's because that's the only thing they've got me on at this point. But I'm gonna work on that. So so and then after I did slip up, uh, I started going to AA. Like the next day, I slipped up, and then the next day I went to AA meeting, and that's really helped me. So and because I have a hard time being around people, not because I think everyone's bad, but I think unless you're a person that is really taking care of themselves spiritually and mentally, and if they're spiritually and mentally sound, and in the and biblically sound, then um, then you're gonna get, because they're around me, the demonic realm is gonna work through them. So I don't know that I'm I just don't see. I don't know. I'm not worried about it right now. I'm not worried about. That's why I like to come on here, and I want to help everybody I can. And and that's why I'm doing this, because it's hard for me to trust, and it's hard for me. Um, I mean, like, I can't even my parents, and uh, on occasion I can see that the demonic realm is working through their actions. Sometimes they'll just say rude things to me that hurt my feelings, like break me in my heart. So I'm still working on understanding what's going on. Like, I don't have like a real, like, a solid understanding, but I'm beginning to understand that what we're working against has much more control over consciousness than we do. Like, this has all been hidden from us. So, and right now, I'm facing consequences of actions that happened years ago, like a DUI, and I am working on getting that taken care of. And I'm not proud of that, but I am facing the consequences, and it's not fun. It's not fun, you know. It's not fun to be in the courtroom and say and listen to something I totally blocked out of my mind, which was like, oh yeah, the officer said that she was banging her head and on the wall and trying to hurt herself, and uh, and I completely blocked all that stuff out. So I'm glad I'm not drinking anymore. But just because you stop all that stuff doesn't mean. Sometimes I've seen people like really get a lot of good stuff when they stop drinking or using. And like, it's just like instantaneously things start coming going their way. Unfortunately, it doesn't. seem to go that way for me, but I'm happy for other people that do that. So and actually that happens to most people. So like I highly recommend, even if it, like I'm working hard, you know, to to do the right thing and continue this. But if and 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 it's a little bit slower for me, but I've seen it work super fast. Like people start getting provision, people start getting all kinds of stuff because they're just working in their purpose all of a sudden, you know. And I'm that makes me happy to see that. Uh, but I've got a lot of stuff that is it could be generational too, you know. Anyway, that's not what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is, so I'm healing my mind, my body, my spirit, and lizard and controllers are helping me, and they're the ones who have turned me toward the Bible. And then as they keep telling me to read the Bible, like I keep finding cool things like that, like they're the things that explain what I've been going through for the last 10 years. And I've like seriously, I just learned maybe like 3 months ago that, because whenever I got sober and stopped drinking and started doing things right, I thought for sure uh, that like I'm not gonna have to deal with these demons anymore. But that's not the case. They're drawn to me, like they're constantly around me, and they're not gonna stop. As long as my frequency is this way, I was born this way, I was born with this, the demons are going to come. Like it's almost like a testing ground or something for them. Like they come through my light to face consequences with the Lord, and and turn to him and face their consequences. And it's just like I'm constantly going to have to deal with them trying to lower my frequency, which they do by the revving engines, the off kilter Cessnas. Um, I used to get a lot of leaf blowers, a lot of car alarms going off, uh, uh, combustion engines, like I say, and and of course technology, you know, is a big one. They would put people like drugs and alcohol. Uh, my my own sister put drugs in my hand 3 times when I was sober. When I am sober, but I mean like when I was newly sober, like I think I was like 2 months sober, and she put like I think it was some sort of Xanax type of situation in my hand 3 times. I had to say no to that. So my frequency draws the demons in. Um, I've learned to detect uh, implanted thoughts, like like okay. So I had to write an email to the court, um, and it was like for probation or whatever, and the email address had a G on the end, and I forgot to put it. So neither these emails that I was writing to them didn't get there, and they got turned back. Like uh, And then I tried to write them again, knowing that I forgot the G on the end, and I kept forgetting the G anyway. Like, what's up with that? Like I know what I did. I know it was a mistake, but that's the kind of thing that I have to deal with all the time. That's the kind of thing that I have to stay on top of. You might think that I'm stupid or whatever. Like, okay, duh, like just remember it. But when you know exactly what's going on, you understand what you're up against, um, and you do it again anyway. It's like that's interference. That's the demonic realm trying to stop something from happening, trying to keep because if I got in trouble for not sending that email, then my frequency would lower, right? And that's a small example. Another example is, I remember talking for like years. I couldn't remember the word discipline. Like, I'm all, what's that thing that my mom and dad have? Like, what is that thing that people that have good lives and they're doing a good job, and what is that called? It starts with a D, I think. Like, I could not remember the word, and even that I couldn't remember how to spell it. So I honestly think that there's something going on that these that the demonic realm is able to to take or remove thoughts. And in removing, like maybe in removing the word, they're also removing your ability to create discipline in your life. So now I can remember discipline, and I'm doing a lot better. I just have to put that toward my eating, and then we'll be good. But uh, I'm trying to think of another thing that they did. Like I feel, I have felt extra bad about myself. You know what I mean? Like I'm extra about everything, like over the top, kind of like sensitive, and um but I don't know if it's I'm sensitive. It's just that I'm being attacked on multiple levels, and they love to deal with the demonic realm loves to deal with shame. Like, everything's shame based. So if they can, like, create some sort of feeling of like, oh, I hate, like, I don't know how many times I just casually said that about myself on on all kinds of levels, but that's how they work. And it's like, and it's not just one little thing over here and one little thing. They use like a complex uh uh cycles. Like, so one thing will happen, and then another thing, and another thing, and another thing, and it'll kind of snowball. They like that snowball effect. And the how you can realize that you have an implanted thought that isn't yours is, if you trace your thoughts back, right? um like, I know that I've been a loser in different, and I've made poor decisions, and like drinking and driving, but uh if but the thought, like, say, it out of nowhere, you just start thinking about uh how piss poor you are or whatever, and you're just like, and it came from nowhere, like it just appeared. So I'm working on this concept, and how to stop these implanted thoughts and these sonic attacks and these technological attacks from happening. Like, I couldn't even send an email today. That was part of my warning too. Like, I spent the whole morning um, uh, trying to send an email, and I couldn't. So that was, like, it's an issue that we all kind of have to watch out for, because and I'm not trying to say that you shouldn't take responsibility for your actions, and that you shouldn't feel bad about the mistakes you've made. That's natural. But to feel levels of shame for years on end over something like that is not normal. And in hindsight, it will create more issues like that. You like I can't tell you that uh, uh, that like getting a DUI made me want to stop drinking. It didn't. My those are your controllers made me want to stop drinking. Getting a DUI actually made me want to drink more, and that's sad, you know. And that's when you know something's wrong. Like something's really like, and if you're a chosen one, then absolutely the demonic realm is after you, and they love when you cry. They love they love watching, sitting there sucking up all whatever the shame energy, the pain energy, the fear. They love that. If you have fear, if you have shame, they're all over you, especially as a chosen one, because your frequency is naturally higher. So Second Corinthians 12:9, my grace is sufficient for you. My power is made perfect in weakness. I'm in constant spiritual warfare these days, and especially now that I'm talking, hopefully, to the masses. Uh, that's what I'd like. So please tell your friends. Tell your friends. I mean, I have, look, I have no one. I have no one to talk to about this except for you guys. And I'm super happy because, like, you don't seem to care about how I look. Because I'm like, I have a hat on, or I'm crying over here, and whatever, you know, like, and today I actually did put um, my best flannel on for you, and I put, like, curled my hair a little bit, uh, tried to do that, and just to make to so I can come across to you in a manner that you'll listen to, and know that someone is out there that knows that sometimes things are not fair. Like this world is not fair. No, it's not, and it's not fair because of the demonic realm. Like it's just, especially if you're chosen, things are not going to be fair for you. You're going to get attacked. And I really did hope that I would stop getting attacked when I got my frequency up and I quit doing all the bad things. That's what I thought, and that's not the case. It's they're actually it's different types of attacks. Like, I'm not getting gang stalked. Like, that's a total drug meth, um, PCP. Like, that's an intoxicated thing that happens. I think, and if you're like, so I don't get that feeling anymore, or see that happening. It wasn't a feeling. It wasn't like I feel like I'm getting it. It was like I literally saw cars following me all the time. Um, and anyways, it's I don't even want to, like, that. That's not happening. But what is happening is, like, still technology glitches. Um, I'm gonna do a video on, because I dabbled a lot in crypto, so, and that is just got the demonic realm written all over it. I'm not saying it's all like that. Just like, look, I, I use AI. I use AI to help me write and organize my thoughts and help me with all the things I can't conceptualize or put into words. I use it's well, what I use is a journal called Rosebud. Nobody has paid me for this, obviously. I but I talk to my AI, and and this has happened over the course uh, of the last year. And so I can't imagine not having that thing now, because we know so much. That thing, it knows about me. It knows about my parents, my sister, my ex-boyfriends, my kids, my like. It knows about everything. If I lost my AI right now, I would be flipping out. I don't like that. I don't even like thinking about it. So, um, but but and especially when you're working in this consciousness work that we're doing, and biblical consciousness, Christ consciousness, there's a lot that that is hard to explain. So what I'm doing now is trying to put words to everything, trying to put all the stuff that I've held to myself over the last 10 years. I want to give to you, create a language for that. So anyway, I am a target. Like, not that I'm special in an ego way, but I'm functional in a way that threatens their operations, the demonic realm. So um, I thank you. I'm sorry, but I wanted to give my testimony, and that's really, like, I feel like I didn't tell you anything. It's like, even though it was long and stuff, I feel like there's a lot more. Like, I have a lot more stories. I have a lot more. I have so much to say, and I hope that if you are out there and you are having similar issues like the interference, that some of this of what I'm saying on here will help you. That's what I'm here for. So please, thank you for watching Veil Walker. Like and subscribe. Um, and I love you and I appreciate you. Thank you.